Hi, we're Steve, Liz, but most importantly Lucky, and together we live and travel full-time in our self-converted van called Dignity. Join us as we share the ups and downs of living our neurodivergent lives on the open road. We've just arrived at our next park up. It's great. It's a car park, it's next to a golf course, it's big, there's plenty of room, it's great. We've stuck Lucky on his long lead, and I don't know if you can see all those bits flying around. He just goes and gets in a right tangle. He's like a kid. He's like a kid that you can't really leave unattended. I guess this rope is like the equivalent of the romper reins. I don't know if they, I don't know. Huh?
That's exactly what it is, Liz.
I don't know if you still have them. Those of us that were kids growing up in the late 70s, early 80s definitely know what I'm talking about. Steve is a little bit older, he knows what I'm talking about. It's our way of just, he gets some freedom, but we still get to manage him. But yeah, this is where we are. Yeah, it's a really cool little spot. There's no shade, there's no services, not even a bin, but it's home for the night, and that's all we need, isn't it? Right gang, we are just packing up and heading off from this beautiful little park up. So we've just stopped off at a Netto on the way to Colditz. And one thing that Germany does a lot of things very well. One thing they do particularly well in the food department. Steve has picked up, what have you picked up? A couple of margarita pizza slices, because
yeah,
Lucky loves a bit of broad as well. They had a bakery and I got really excited. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure what it is I've got, but it looked amazing. So hang on one second. This, isn't that amazing, honestly? It smells of pastry goodness. I don't know what it is, some kind of cake. Also, anything to do with apple. Anything to do with apple is going to taste amazing in Germany. I don't think this has got apple in it. I did look for apple, but they didn't have it. But I was so overwhelmed with excitement. There was so much to choose from. Oh, hang on one sec. So it's sort of a mixed, no, it's sort of a cross between a cake, bit of a biscuit and a pastry. It's soft, but it's kind of got a crunchy element to it at the same time. But anyway, we're gonna hit the road, head on over to Colditz. So yeah, we'll catch you from there. Bye guys. So we went shopping the other day, we needed some more sawdust. We have a composting toilet and sawdust is what we use for our number 2. And we needed to get some more, we had pretty much run out. So I found us a pet shop, we went there and they only had one size, and in our panic buying moment.
So only went and bought 56 litres of sawdust, not knowing where the hell we're going to put it all.
So we're just sitting here ready to go out, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see them, but unlike the little meadow in front of us, there's just dozens and dozens of swifts flying around. I hope that you can see them. It's really cool. It's really cool. I don't know where they've come from. Stevie's just said probably because Lucky's stirred up all the insects in the field. So maybe, and maybe. But it's really cool. It's lovely.
So one place that was on the list when we were in Germany was this place, and it's Colditz Castle. I'm a big war movie fan, so it was something that we had to come and see because we've been fascinated with it, to be honest.
So it is a fascinating place. For those of you that don't know anything about Colditz Castle, it's in the town of Colditz in sort of central Germany, and this place used to be in the 16th century. It was a Renaissance castle. During World War II, the Nazi troops took it over and they turned it into an Allied prisoner of war camp, but it was specifically for officers, and specifically for officers that had already escaped other prisoner of war camps. I think, if I'm right in remembering, there were 300 escape attempts and 31 of them were successful.
Yeah.
It is the most imposing,
Fantastic.
yeah, it's the most imposing place, and to look at it and to think,
Yeah, where it is as well, though.
yeah, absolutely, where it is in Germany, but what went on here as well is just incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. It's quite the history, it's quite the place. There is a museum here which we're not going to be going into because they don't allow dogs in, so we're going to go and explore as much as we can
until we get kicked out.
Basically. So unfortunately I don't know how much it is to go into the museum, but for now we've walked through the doors, and we're just about to head in and find out what we can see. But yeah, it's quite the place, but I'm really interested to be here. We both are.
Yeah, so let's go and have a look around. Colditz Castle. The castle sits on a steep hill overlooking the Mulde River as it flows through a small Saxon town of Colditz, about 30 miles southeast of Leipzig.
I would never use the term excited to be here. I don't know, it doesn't seem quite fitting, but we're both super interested to be here. They do, for all of the German information that they have up, they do have it down as an English translation as well. So don't worry if you don't read German. They have very kindly put it into English for us, which is super helpful. Thank you. The man behind me is French Lieutenant Bouley, who was one of the few that tried to escape from Colditz. If you can see, he's dressed as a very respectable woman. That was how he tried to escape Colditz. He nearly got away with it, but as he was just about to walk past the guards, his watch slipped from his wrist, and it was actually a fellow British prisoner of war who spotted it and alerted the guards and foiled his escape. But if you were here, wouldn't you do whatever you could to escape? I know I would.
So we're in the gallery of Robert Capa, who took photography from 1913 to 1954, showcasing iconic images from the war.
So guys, that was absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, it was,
to be fair.
Yep.
We did check the prices. As I say, we didn't go in, we've got lucky, they don't allow dogs. If you do want to visit the museum, it's €10 an adult, €4 for kids, and there's some group discounts, I think some senior citizen discounts, etc. But to be fair, you can sort of walk around inside the grounds of the castle. Yep. And there's a few other...
Yeah, there's a few art installations where you can... It's totally dog friendly.
Yeah, absolutely. So you go down, you go into the cellars. There's a photography sort of exhibition, if you like, down there. It also shows you where they tried to sort of dig out a tunnel through the castle. So it's definitely worth coming, even if you've got a dog. Sure. We would absolutely recommend coming because the history behind the place is just fascinating. It's quite a touching place, isn't it? When you think of what went on here, what the men suffered through, the bravery of the men.
Yeah, and the escapees.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
You've got to see, because it's like interiors inside interiors.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's a walled castle complex, for want of a better phrase. Plus then you're in the middle of Germany, so if you escape, you know,
Oh, yeah.
where is it? It's not like you've got the ocean
Oh,
and you
no,
can.
no, no.
It's just fascinating. Anyway, sorry, we're waffling. Well, I am anyway. Definitely worth a visit. Anyway, we're off back to the van now, so we'll catch you in a bit.
Bye now.